Galnet News Digest, 26th of January 3307. We read the news so you don't have to. In this week's news, ulterior serious motive suspected. The fuel rats that just won't stop. Non-pilots on planets. Vincent points the finger. Ulterior serious motive suspected. With both Sirius and Utopia claiming to be collecting data to demonstrate the quality of security they can offer galactic leaders at the summit that no one asked for, some observers have started to suspect that there may be a different reason for the two organisations wanting so much data. This is, after all, the data used for engineering things like frameshift drive interdictors and power distributors and for making weapons efficient. The sorts of things that private navies would benefit from. And who has the biggest private navy in the galaxy? Oh yes, that would be Sirius Corporation, wouldn't it? Soon, Sirius will be boasting ships that can jump further, that can interdict more swiftly, and with more efficient weapons. And who will we have to blame? Only ourselves. Meanwhile, the Utopian commune probably just wants to upload all the data to the SIM archive. The nutty nut nibblers of that happy hippie commune like to think that the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe and everything is to load it all up into a huge data archive, so that instead of interacting with the real universe, we use computer screens instead. How crazy is that? There are, in any case, signs that many commanders have decided they'd quite like to hang on to those precious engineering materials, thank you very much, and that the paltry 50 million credit top bonus currently on offer really doesn't provide adequate compensation. The real currency of the galaxy, after all, is not credits, but materials. The fuel rats that just won't stop. They said they wanted to get to 100,000 rescues, but the fuel rats don't seem to know when to stop. Having set that supremely ambitious target, you'd have thought the hydrogen-toting rodents would have been glad to hang up their limpet controllers when that hit the magic 100,000 jackpot on the 22nd of January. But here we are, 4 days later, and they've already messed up the row of 5 zeros by rescuing 350 more commanders, over and above the 100,000. We need to face facts here. The fuel rats aren't going anywhere. You can take the gas out of the gas tank, but you can't take the gas tank out of the fuel rat, or something. Non-pilots on planets. The Pilots Federation has continued with its series of briefing talks aimed at getting commanders familiar with planet-side etiquette ahead of the planned planetary permits. Will night vision be available on the HUD? Yes, it will, if you're willing to spend time and effort upgrading your suit. Otherwise, you'll have a torch. Or if you're from the Federation, we have a special offer. You can have a flashlight. Can we turn the spacesuit HUD off, like we can turn the spaceship HUD off? No, you cannot. What a silly idea. Can we hide from another commander's radar? We don't know yet. Try popping a heatsink against your suit. Quite apart from possibly becoming invisible to radar, you have the added advantage of cryogenic preservation. Will we be able to team up with people who are not members of the Pilots Federation in combat? Yeah, you can team up with fellow commanders and other inhabitants of the galaxy. Probably not Thargoids, though. Does oxygen level impact combatability? If you run out of emergency oxygen, you will asphyxiate, making aiming and locomotion more difficult, and death a whole lot easier. If you lose suit power, perhaps because you use your shields for too long, you won't be able to use the jetpack and your headphones won't work. Doesn't affect people other than Pilot Federation members, because they negotiated better battery packs, better oxygen supply, better shields with their employers. And that's a big fail for the Pilots Federation. Will be on foot system authority. Yes, there will. Watch out for the well-kitted out omnipole authorities. They are excellent at drop-kicking the buttocks of miscreants out of town when they deploy from their drop ships. Vincent points the finger. The trial of Fleet Admiral Vincent has already got off to an exciting start, with the accused accusing the Liberal Party, whose leader is accused of attempting to murder their own leader. That leader who someone attempted to murder back in 3301, only to end up killing several hundred other people, but not the leader, is Jasmina Halsey, who's back on Mars after nearly 5 years as an advisor to the Alliance Prime Minister, and is, by all accounts, ready to spill the beans about who was caught red-handed in the engine room with the spanner. Except we already know who the murderer was. That was Chief Technician Rory Webster, and he says it wasn't the Liberal Party that was trying to murder the Liberal Party leader, but it was the accused in this trial, Fleet Admiral Vincent, who ordered him to sabotage the ship. And this is, after all, the very reason Fleet Admiral Vincent is on trial in the first place. Now, all we need is for Fleet Admiral Vincent to admit that in giving orders to Chief Technician Rory Webster, he was in turn following the orders of then Shadow President Hudson for the federal power play map to start looking very sickly indeed. Meanwhile, over in the Alliance, the Prime Minister that Halsey advises when she isn't giving evidence against the federal president's best friend, Edmund Mahon, is facing stiff competition in his re-election contest from Councillor Nakato Kane, who thinks it would be a great idea if the Alliance were to stop inciting the Thargoids to attack by setting up bases in their heartlands, destroying their barnacles and stealing all their meta-alloys. So perhaps the Alliance power play map might soon have a little hole in it too. All we'll need is for Emperor Arissa to decide to resign, to spend more time away from her family, for all 3 superpowers to have a vacuum at their centres, and a lot of commanders demanding their money back for those power play decals they so proudly bought all those years ago. But we'll be seeing all the heads of all the powers together one last time at that summit in Lembava, or is it Polevnik? Just as soon as they've decided who has more data than the other, because that's what security is all about. And that's this week's Galnet News. Galnet News. We read the news, so you don't have to.